Engineers inspect the summer video. We're here in Cambridge. We have a fire escape here that's primarily an all welded fire escape other than the treads. And starting with a paint job, 100% of the fire escape needs to be painted. There's a lot of missing paint, so it's been a while so the law requires fire escapes must be, structure sound must be kept painted. Number two is we're trying to satisfy the code, and at this time we cannot certify this fire escape because it has deficiencies, and I'll tell you what those are as I start walking down. To remove the deficiencies, you can either certify or load test a fire escape or provide an opinion letter that the liability goes back to the owner. Otherwise, load test will put the liability back to the inspector as well as the inspecting company, I should say, or certification, which is the full refurbishment of all these connections that I'm about to talk about. So, anytime I got a welded connection, such as I do on this platform brace, I either x-ray that weld or I load test that weld right there, or I can actually through bolt it, put a bolt through, and avoid the need for x-ray or load testing of any welded connection. That welded connection down there, x-ray it, load test it, or if I put a bolt in it, I don't need to. These stringer clips here are just welded in, so these welds are questionable now. So I can either x-ray it, load test it, or if I make a mechanical connection there, I avoid the need, and I can certify it once I rebolt it. So any welded joint, any welded railing, all major joint connections, supports, corners, if you take out a welded connection that needs to be x-rayed or load tested, as soon as you brace it with a bolt, you can keep the weld, but you need to basically back it up with a bolt. You avoid the x-ray or the load test. Fire escape is not properly mounted back. I find this whole platform tilting a little bit, but it is through bolted. I have evidence of through bolts right there, and I have an evidence of through bolt on the other side. If I come down a little bit more, I'll probably be able to see it. But it looks like it's on this side. It may not be on the corner there, and I'll check from underneath on that. But it is tilting that way and down. Okay, coming down the set of stairs, all the bolts on the treads are good, because they're all hex head bolts, so it's new construction. But then when you get down here, everything was welded. It's all welded construction. They kind of welded all these rails here. So a lot of these welds, they make that corner. As soon as you put a bolt through here, I don't need to x-ray or load test this. The bolt will become my new source. Or you can put a gusset in here and bolt it here to here. The welds on the bars, you don't have to do those. You just have to verify that they're in good condition. But major structural corners need to be rebolted, because I have to x-ray or load test that weld. As soon as I gusset it and I put the bolts in, I don't have to do that. Same thing applies to these stairs going down. The entire staircase is fairly new tread and fairly new bolt, but the stringers come up and they're all welded. So again, a lot of water, a lot of buildup, a lot of rust. So this stringer can be cleaned, but instead of me x-raying and load testing the stringer, as soon as I put a clip in here, bolt here, bolt there, we're done. Going down to this bracket, same scenario. It's an all welded bracket, so I need a bolt there, and a bolt back here, and you basically now have avoided the load test on the bracket. Paint job all the way down on this fire escape, and as you can see, it was an all welded, so all welded brace. As soon as you bolt it, you don't have to worry about that weld anymore. Paint job, full paint job needed. I don't think this fire escape was older than 78, so it doesn't need to have a renovator's license. This looks like a fire escape built in the past 25 years. But any and all welded connections must be either x-rayed or load tested. And right now I need to verify whether that last bolt, as you can see when you look up to the fire escape, it's kind of at the very top, it's kind of leaning out. I bet that there probably is not a through bolt on the very end, and I'll do a verification in a minute on that. Any questions, Fire Escape Engineers Inspector Summary Video? This is Inspector Meneses. 866-649-0333. 866-649-0333. There's a lot of mulch here, and a lot of these legs are buried into the ground, and when you bury steel into the ground with mulch around, it's going to rot it out. So, you know, a little bit of loosening here and there, but primarily this farscape needs a full paint job in order to pass, and there's probably, if you want to have just an opinion letter, you're probably looking at 25% of structural issues that you have to deal with. Otherwise, if you want the guarantees, it's probably going to be some refurbishment of all the major structural connections associated with the platforms and the rails, the major structural. Any questions, Farscape Engineers? Inspector Manessas here, 866-649-0333. 866-649-0333.